enjoy your weekend, dear. I'll see you next week. Good night. Have a nice weekend. Good night, Charlotte. You have a nice weekend. Good night. Good night. Good night. Have a nice weekend. Good night. Enjoy your weekend. Is that it, Chucky? Okay, Rio 275.
Stephen Farkas, the Conrail Police Department. I'm the Public Safety Education Officer for Conrail. Operation Lifesaver is a national railroad safety program to try to help reduce railroad grade crossing accidents between automobiles and trains. The program was started back in 1972 by a concerned Union Pacific Railroad employee due to the high number of accidents that were at railroad crossings between automobiles and trains. The first year of its existence, they showed a reduction of crossing accidents in the state of Idaho. We explained to the drivers what a train can and cannot do that fool drivers most of the time. We explained signals and signs and what do they mean at railroad crossings. We also explained why sometimes drivers make some serious and fatal mistakes at railroad crossings. We also talked about pedestrians walking along the railroad. Rail fans are a problem to the railroad employees. They sometimes do interfere with the work of the employees. They walk around with the cameras trying to get a picture, and they're not paying attention to what's going on around them.
I started rail fanning about 15 years ago as a result of model railroading, collecting old toy trains, and that projected itself into collecting some railroadiana and getting out doing some photography. I was raised within earshot of the Erie, and I guess that's why it's always been a favorite. And happily, I'm old enough where I can remember laying in bed at night listening to the steam locomotives going through town and the steam whistles and so forth. But was born a little bit too late to be able to photograph it. Usually, if I'm out shooting prints, I wished I had the slide camera, and when I'm shooting slides, I wish I had the print camera.
People that really love to take pictures of trains or be on railroad property are going to be here no matter what it takes.
The serious problems we have are with trespassers, people walking on our property.
Some of them stop, get out and actually get out in the tracks and take photos or maybe movie videos or whatever. But almost every day I work, I see a rail fan.
I know they're out, they don't mean to hurt anyone or hurt anything. They enjoy the railroad, but unfortunately they can't be hurt or killed. And the railroads, people do not want anybody hurt or killed. That's our main objective.
I know what I'm doing basically, and it's even dangerous for me. What's it going to be like for somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, that's not qualified or a professional?
I like to try to do my rail fanning within the boundaries of the law, and I think that is possible to a very large extent. A lot of it, I think, is just plain common sense. I think there are places that you can go that technically might be considered illegal, but if you act responsibly and carefully, I think that goes a long way to permitting oneself to stay out in those places.
You have to expect a train at any time going in any direction. There's no set time for trains.
I noticed too that a lot of people bring their little children down thinking that this is a neat place for them to spend a Sunday afternoon, and I've noticed these same little children stepping out of the edge of the tracks. They're right on the tracks, and that's very dangerous. Another thing I've also noticed were a lot of bicycle riders. They seem to be in the wrong places at the wrong time, in front of moving equipment, and they tend to make me nervous if I happen to be passing by them. We're responsible for them. We have to be legally responsible for them. So they're putting us in a position where we're doubly responsible for their safety as well as for the legalities that are involved with these rail fans. And another thing too, I think rail fans, there's just too many of them. They're everywhere.
I just like to say, I know rail fans, I like to repeat myself, that they're not out to hurt anyone. Sometimes they even help the police because they see things. They're all over the railroad. Sometimes they see things to help us out. But in our situation, my situation as a police officer, you know, we try to be nice to them. We try to tell the police you can't come here, take pictures, you know, go away from the tracks more, at least off our property. You know, with the type of equipment that's out nowadays with cameras and video cameras, they can stand farther away and take pictures. I mean, I know there's a lot of beautiful scenery around the railroad. I know just by working here, it's tough not to get there, but we just don't want anybody hurt.
I can't really find fault with the railroad police officer that asked me to leave, because I was in a place that I shouldn't have been. The other time, I think the railroad police were just simply overreacting. The place that we were set up to photograph was not unsafe at all. But we were asked to leave. We even asked the officer if he could stay there with us, because the shot we were going to take in about 30 seconds. And he just absolutely refused, and dramatically flipping his coat open to show us that he was carrying a weapon, which was, you know, a little unnecessary. I think it's like any other slice of human society. I think there are very friendly, agreeable, helpful railroad police officers. I found some of those too. So I can't. I think categorically, I find no fault with the kind of receptions I've encountered on the railroads. And most times when I've asked permission to be on the property to photograph, I would say 99 times out of 100 I've been given permission.